Hello everyone, I am Sonali Mahajan, Assistant Professor in KVN Naik College. In our previous lecture, already discussed about some protecting groups, protection of alcohol, in which we discuss MOM, MEM, MIP, like this, or some alkyl ethers, benzyl ether, trityl ether, like some protecting groups of alcohol. Okay. Now in today's lecture, we discuss about silyl ethers. They are also used to protect alcohol functional group, and these silyl ethers are protected by some bases. Okay, there are some kinds of bases which are nitrogen containing bases. These are used to protect or used to abstract the hydrogen of alcohol functional group. Okay, and in which nitrogen containing functional groups are DBN, DBU, or diisopropylethylamine, or imidazole, pyridine, 2,6-lutein. These types of bases are used to abstract the proton of alcohol functional group. Okay, and again for deprotection, there is some salts are used for deprotection. Selectively fluoride salts are used to deprotect the alcohol functional group, or silyl ether protecting group, in which some kinds of fluoride salts are there, like HF, NAF, KF, or TBAF. This kind of fluoride salts are used to deprotect the silyl ethers. Okay, so we are going to see the one by one examples of silyl ethers. So if we discuss about general reaction, then there is one alcohol functional group, and in presence of base. So in this reaction, all bases are containing nitrogen. Nitrogen containing bases are used to abstract the hydrogen of alcohol functional group. So there is DBN or DBU or diisopropyl ethylamine, that is the DIPEA, or pyridine, or imidazole, or N83, and one more also there is 2,6-lutein. These all are nitrogen containing bases which we use to abstract the proton of alcohol. Okay, this base abstract the proton of alcohol and it will becomes O minus. These are O minus. This O minus will attach over silicon and fluorine will get departs. So formation of ROSI and this R3. ROSI R3. This is silyl ether. Okay. In this way, we are discuss some silyl ether protection. So first one is TDS, that is hydroxyl dimethyl silyl ether. Hydroxyl dimethyl silyl ether, that is TDS. The structure of this hydroxyl dimethyl silyl ether is like this. Silicon, 2 methyl groups are there. This silyl dimethyl, and this one is hydroxyl group. This one is hydroxyl group. Okay, and here chloride. Okay. If we add this in alcohol functional group, in presence of base like 2,6-lutidine. This base will abstract the proton and it will become O minus, RO minus. This O minus will attach over silicon and chlorine will get departs, and the formation of RO silicon, two methyl groups and hexyl group. Okay, this one is hexyl group. So we can also write it like this: RO TDS, hexyl dimethyl silyl, hexyl dimethyl silyl ether functional group. Okay, in this way we can protect alcohol by TDS protecting group. So this TDS functional group or this hexyl group is deprotected by, this group is deprotected by any fluoride salt, like TBAF. Okay, TBAF means and tertiary butyl ammonium fluoride salt. Okay, ammonium fluoride salt, and there is a formation of ROH. Now second one is BPS protecting group, that is tertiary butyl diphenyl silyl ether. Tertiary butyl diphenyl silyl ether. That's why it is called as BPS functional protecting group. BPS protecting group, in which there is alcohol, okay, and in presence of diphenyl silyl, diphenyl and tertiary butyl chloride, tertiary butyl diphenyl silyl chloride in presence of base NET3. This is also nitrogen containing base which abstract this proton hydrogen and it will become O minus, RO minus. This O minus will attach over the silicon and this chlorine will get depart, and formation of RO silicon tertiary butyl group and 2 phenyl group. Okay, like this we can also write it ROBPS. In this way we can protect alcohol functional group by BPS protecting group. Okay, and for the protection of this BPS, we can use TBAF, and again we get what? Alcohol functional group. Okay, in this way BPS also completed. Now third one is DIPS. Okay, when we protect any functional group by bulkier group, if we protect alcohol by any bulkier protecting group like tertiary butyl group or diphenyl rings group or diisopropyl rings, like this protecting group are there, then there is one selectivity is there, that is primary is selectively protected than secondary than tertiary. Means primary alcohol is selectively protected if there is bulkier protecting group is present, means like tertiary butyl or phenyl rings are there, then primary alcohol is selectively protected. Okay, third one is DIPS. DIPS means diisopropyl silyl ether. Silyl ether means in alcohol diisopropyl silyl ether. It is one methyl group. Okay, and base NET3. This base will abstract this hydrogen atom and it will becomes O minus. This mechanism is same in every silyl ether protection, but we have to see that mechanism for better understanding. This will attack over the silicon and chlorine atom gets depart, and formation of ROSI. This diisopropyl means we can write it like this: RO and DIPS. For deprotection again we can use TBAF in it, and we get alcohol functional group as a deprotected. Okay, in this way DIPS diisopropyl silyl ether protection is also completed. Here is two bulky groups are there, means two large groups are there. That's why there is also selectivity of primary alcohol is greater than secondary alcohol is greater than tertiary alcohol. Okay, so this is our third protecting group. Now fourth one, TMS. TMS means trimethyl silyl ether. Trimethyl silyl ether. TMS. Okay, in which there is again alcohol functional group which we have to protect. Alcohol in which we add this trimethyl, this Me3 silyl chloride. We add trimethyl silyl chloride in presence of base like DBU. This base will abstract this hydrogen atom and it will becomes O minus, RO minus. This O minus will attach over the silicon and chlorine atom is get departs, and formation of ROSI Me3, or we can write it like this: ROSI 1 Me, 2 Me and 3 Me, that is methyl. Or ROTMS. If there is in reaction there is more than one functional group is there, then we have to protect it by TBAF functional group, or we can also protect it by K2CO3 in CH2CN. Okay, in presence of THF. In formation of ROH, that is alcohol is deprotected. Okay, there are many kinds of deprotecting functional group are there, means TBAF or HF in THF in presence of H2O, or KF. Okay, KF in presence of MaOH, or NAF, or CSF or citric acid, these are the functional groups which we, or these are the salts which we use to deprotect any silyl ether. Okay, and one more is there, like pyridine ring is there. Okay, this nitrogen having positive charge and fluoride. Okay, in this way, these all 8 or more than 8 groups we can use for the protection of any silyl ether protection. Okay, so this is our fourth TMS protection. Next to that, TES protection, that is triethyl silyl ether. It is also same as like TMS. Fifth one, TES, that is triethyl silyl ether protection. Triethyl silyl ether protection. Okay, in which there is alcohol functional group. Okay, in presence of triethyl silyl chloride, in presence of base we can use KF. Base we can use DBU. This will abstract this hydrogen atom and it will becomes RO minus. This minus charge will attach over this silicon atom and chlorine gets depart. Okay, and the formation of RO SI and 83, that is RO TES, triethyl silyl ether protection. Okay, this ether is also deprotected in presence of TBAF, that is N tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride. Okay, and we get ROH, that is alcohol is deprotected. Okay, this is our fifth silyl ether protecting group, that is TES, triethyl silyl ether. Okay, this is fifth one. Next to that, TIPS, triisopropyl silyl ether protection. Triisopropyl silyl ether protection, in which alcohol functional group is there in presence of triisopropyl, silicon, 1 isopropyl, 2 isopropyl, 3 isopropyl and fluorine. Okay, in presence of base, any base we can use there, like imidazole. This will abstract this hydrogen atom, it will becomes O minus, that is RO minus. This O minus will attack over the silicon atom and chlorine will get departs, and formation of RO SI and this triisopropyl groups. Okay, then RO silicon, 1 isopropyl, 2 isopropyl and 3 isopropyl groups. Okay, we can write it like this: ROTIPS. ROTIPS. In reaction, they give us like this TIPS, and sometimes they will give the whole structures also. This will deprotect in presence of TBAF or KF or NAF, any fluoride salt, and we get alcohol functional group, deprotected. Okay, in this way this TIPS is also over. So next to that is TBS. Next one is TBS. TBS group is also called as TBDMS. Okay. Seventh one is TBS or TBDMS. TBS or TBDMS means tetrabutyl dimethyl silyl ether or TBS or TBDMS. Okay, tetrabutyl dimethyl silyl ether. If there is any alcohol, then what we add in it? Silicon group is there, 2-dimethyl. One is tetrabutyl and chloride. Okay, in presence of any base, that is nitrogen containing base, DIPEA, diisopropyl ethyl amine. This nitrogen containing base we can use to abstract this hydrogen atom, and it will becomes O minus, RO minus. This O minus will attach over the silicon and chlorine will get depart. Then formation of RO and inside amine in tertiary butyl group. Okay, we can write it like this: ROTBS or ROTBDMS. Okay, for deprotecting this we can use TBAF, that is fluoride salt, and we get alcohol functional group back. Okay. So today we discussed some silyl ether protection. Now alcohol protection is over. In our next lecture we see ammonia or ammonia protection, amine protection. Okay. If you like this lecture, then comment, and if you have any queries, then ask me in comment box. Thank you for watching this lecture. Thank you so much.